I'm a little nervous right now. Okay. Hey guys, welcome back. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I have my boyfriend here with me. If you guys have watched my previous video, there was a video of us trying out different Asian snacks. If you guys are interested, you guys can go take a look. So today is Valentine's Day, so happy Valentine's Day, everybody. Happy Valentine's
Best day of the year.
Posted on Instagram. I asked you guys if you have any questions on interracial relationship, so I thought we would dive in and answer some of your questions. Are you ready?
Yeah. Sure.
Okay, let's get started. So one of the questions was it asked, how did you meet? I guess this is not interracial, but it's good to have a little background of how we met. How did we meet?
We met at our workplace.
Yeah.
For about 2 weeks. So if I've started 2 weeks later, we'd never meet. So that was kind of cool.
I forgot to mention my background. So my family is from Taiwan. I basically spent my childhood there. And you are from?
The Ukraine.
The Ukraine.
Been here for about, what is it now, since 2008?
Yeah. 12 years?
13 years?
13 years.
Yeah, 13 years almost.
Yeah, so that's the little background of us, and yeah, that is how we met. We met at work. So another question, have you guys ever fight about cultural differences? Why did you laugh? What is it?
Well, we do have quite a lot of cultural differences.
We do, but have we fought about it?
I don't think we fought about it.
It was never like an issue. Like, we respect each other's culture. We always kind of, I guess I'm always intrigued and interested in his culture. Like, I would never like disrespect it in any sense, and I think same with him. But I think the one thing that he didn't understand was when we were visiting Taiwan, and he saw that because in Asian culture, family, a lot of times they live together for quite a long time, and it is our responsibility, to take care of our parents when they're old, when they are, you know, just older, when they're not able to work, when they retire. Like, they have become fully our responsibility. So I think it was when we were in Taiwan, and then he saw that my grandpa was living with my aunt and everybody, and you know, when my grandpa is old now, so he is grumpy and he acts like a kid all the time. I think it applies to a lot of older generations. Like, it's almost like a cycle of life. That's what people say. You're a kid and then you've grown up and you become a kid again. And I totally understand, right? So he's really grumpy. He's yelling at everybody, but it is an Asian culture to accept. That is how my grandpa is, and we will accept the way he is because he took care of us when we were young, and it's just a normal thing. Like, it's super normal. No matter how he acts, we will always accept him and take care of him. I think that's the difference between our cultures, because his grandma lives in Ukraine on her own and doesn't need any support from anyone. Yeah,
I mean, it all depends on the age and like the health of your family member. But generally, yeah, I mean, we move out of, let's say, living with parents really early. Like 18, 19, parents will start saying, you know, what your plans are, when you're planning to move out, and so forth. And then parents-wise as well, when they get older, generally we don't really move in together. Unless there is a specific need for it. Yeah,
so I think it's very different.
Yeah.
For sure, because in Asian culture, we always want the whole family to live together. Especially the daughter would move to like the husband's household and stuff. But
yeah, that we definitely.
Yeah, that's something different. Yeah. So another question I have here: what is the biggest challenge of managing an interracial relationship? Biggest challenge.
Challenge.
I think it's a little different because we both practically grew up half of our life in Taiwan, Ukraine, half of our life, more than half of our lives actually are here in Canada.
It's more like the same. It's not that big of a.
So yeah, I think it's not that much of a difference, but overall, I would say again, like when it goes back to like value, there are certain things like, you know, family value. It could be a little different between the both of us, but overall, I don't think there's a huge challenge because we adapt. I think that's how you say that.
Yep.
Do you guys ever have different values when diverge? It's actually leads to this, which results into conflicts, and how did you resolve this? I don't think it's, I guess like value when it comes to like money.
Yeah, that's what I thought too.
Yeah, because recently we don't argue about this, but I think it's different because I grew up in a family where I guess a lot of Asian households, I wouldn't speak for all of them, but a lot of Asian households that I know is they save up most of their money, and saving is just like one of the most important thing growing up. And I think that's like, I don't know, like when we started getting into stock recently, and I guess like value in the sense where I feel like I'm not gonna put all my money in it because I'm worried something's gonna happen. But then his mentality is he wants to use money to make more money, and I think nothing is wrong, but it's just like we're different. Like
that's one big difference.
Because I would probably rather put most of my money in a bank, and then maybe just take out like maybe a portion, like 20% of it or maybe less, to invest, because I am just so scared of risk. But then for him, he feels like, why do I have to do that? I want to make money with money and then make more. So I think
it's more like at our point in life, you can always make more money. There are various different things you can do to lower the risk. You don't have to put everything in like a higher risk investment, but the money that you have just sitting in the savings account, it doesn't work for you to, let's say, make more money out of that. So that's probably one big kind of difference.
That's it's just different, the way we were raised and the way that we were taught growing up. So that's another thing. It says, what is your favorite food from each other's culture? I guess. What is your favorite food? Taiwanese food.
The Taiwanese chicken.
Taiwanese chicken, yansuji. So yeah, that's your favorite, like the deep fried chicken nugget. Yeah. Actually, no, you like the squid too. Deep fried squid. I think anything deep fried he can accept. What about your least favorite? Your least favorite?
Oh man. The stinky tofu thing.
Stinky tofu, yeah. Last year.
That was so challenging.
Not last year. 2 years ago when he visited Taiwan, I didn't force him, but he did say he would try everything once. So he tried it and he did not like it.
Then like pig blood.
Yeah, pig blood. My favorite Ukrainian food.
Yes, the dumplings.
I love the dumplings, but the one that I recently had at your dad's place, the one with different layers, that has beets, that has mayonnaise, like that has fish.
Oh, it's like a salad type of thing, but it's an actual course where it's multiple layers of vegetables, mayo, and like meat and.
Yeah, that one was really good. My least favorite is a meat jello. I don't love it. The interesting thing is, I was talking to my friends about it, and a lot of them were telling me that Taiwan actually sells it too. So it's actually a thing there too. So it's not just here. They actually have it there. But when I tried it, I was like...
It sounds weird when you actually say meat jello.
But that is the name of it. It is meat jello. It's this gelatin thing with meat inside, like shredded pork, shredded chicken.
No, it's like soup. You have broth, you have meat in it, and you put gelatin in, so it solidifies in the fridge. So it kind of tastes like soup, but it's cold. But
yeah,
she wasn't a big fan of it.
It's not my thing. So yeah, I just no, I don't like it. I mean, maybe if I tried second time with her, I would grow into it, but I don't know. I
don't think so.
I'm not sure if I would do that. So another question that I have is, how do you deal with parents being unwelcoming or disapproving?
I don't think we have
that
deal with that.
Yeah, I think, the one thing though would probably be the fact that because we don't speak each other's mother tongue, so he doesn't speak Mandarin, Taiwanese, I don't speak Russian and Ukrainian, so I think the challenge would be, let's say his grandma comes to town, comes to Vancouver, I will not be able to communicate with her at all because we just have that language barrier.
She just wishes that she speaks English, so
yeah,
we can communicate.
I would wish that I would speak a language, like speak Russian, so I can talk to her. And a time when he visited Taiwan, really only my cousins could chat with him because my aunt, my uncle, my grandparents...
Well, they tried at least.
They tried, but their English level is obviously not as good as being able to hold a conversation. They live in Taiwan their whole life, so I think, other than my cousins, really, it was also, I guess, a challenge. But other than language barrier, I don't think
there's anything else.
I don't think there's anything else because our family, we got lucky, yes. We don't have really traditional families where they're like, you have to date your own culture. Like, it's not like that.
No, definitely not.
Another question I got here is, what efforts do both of you make to participate in each other's culture? I have been trying to learn Russian. I guess I listen to Russian songs. Like one of our songs.
Favorite songs.
Is actually a Russian song because he played it when we first met, I think, like the music video that first came out at that time. So I went over, he played the music video, and I thought it was such a cool vibe. Like, I do not understand what the lyrics is about, but I just love the song. And I do have quite a bit of Russian songs in my Spotify, but I cannot say that about you because he hates Taiwanese music. So
I don't hate it, but it's just like, you know, the vibe, like the beats, they're not really there. It's more like slower and love songs. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of that. It's also, it's not really about language. It's more just like the style of music.
So what have you done to
try out the different foods that sometimes we're not a big fan of, but
I guess I have to give him that. Like, we do have Asian food, I guess, more than any other culture's food.
Yeah.
I think that's
every week, couple times a week.
Yeah, because the only thing I know how to make is like kimchi udon, curry, you know, and these are all just Asian cuisine. And I think I'm just a big fan of Asian cuisine, so I would say that he really tries to adapt into that. Like, he does, you know, he eats quite a bit of Asian cuisine, so I appreciate that for sure.
Well, in the weekly meetings with your fam.
Oh, and the weekly, yeah. So once again, Asian families, we like to gather together. So I do have dinner every week with my parents, which lives 5 minutes away from us. So, and he comes every single week with me. So I really appreciate that too. Thank you. Thank you so much. Someone asked, would it be easier to date people within your own race?
Could be easier, but not necessarily more interesting.
So you're dating me only because it's interesting?
No, I mean, like, as a benefit that comes with it, right? Like, with this type of scenario, it just brings more newer experience. Like, for example, if I wasn't dating you, I'd never really probably go to Taiwan.
Yeah.
Or, like, just Asia, probably not as much. Mm-hmm. Because as then, like, I've been to Japan for the first time.
Yeah.
Taiwan, and just overall more things to experience, for sure. I think that's one of the biggest things that it brings to the table.
Yeah, for sure. I think for me, the only thing that I would say that could be easier is, again, the language, because I think another thing about Asians is the fact that, like, my dad, for instance, he has a lot of pride. So he, although his English is perfect, like, he understands everything we say, but he just doesn't want to speak it, you know, because he feels like if it's not perfect, he's not gonna do it. So I think sometimes they have that pride, and I think obviously every daughter's dream is to have their boyfriend, their partner, to be close with their family, like my mom, my dad, being able to chat with him. I think that's one thing that I would say would be easier, is just the language situation. But other than that, I think
it'll slowly get there.
It will slowly get there, yeah. So you should start learning Mandarin. But yeah, I think that's the only thing. Do people stare at you when you go on dates?
Definitely not, especially not in
Canada.
Vancouver.
Yeah, not in Vancouver. There's a lot of interracial relationships here, so no, it doesn't happen at all. But yeah, these are all the questions I got. And thank you guys so much for tuning in, and once again, thank you so much for joining today.
Anytime.
But yeah, I wish you guys a great Valentine's Day, and see you guys next Sunday. Bye!